Alright, so we back with another video, and today we got y'all boys with a jump shot video. Now, this week I gave y'all a lot. Now, this is gonna be kind of the last day for the daily uploads, and then we're gonna get back to the regular. Whenever it's another season, I'll probably do daily uploads again for that first week, but yeah, it just kind of is what it is. But today, I should have gave y'all 2 videos. It should have been a 99 overall. If that didn't come out, that probably come out tomorrow, and that'd probably be the end, but it should have came out today. But today we got y'all boys with the best jump shots in NBA 2K23 for the guards, the wings, the bigs, pretty much any single build. Now, 2K been kind of going crazy apparently in this past week. We're going to go over everything in this video. If you guys want more videos like this, all I need y'all boys to do is like the video. Hopefully you like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, so real quick before we go too far, I want to go over a little quick, nothing too deep. I want to make sure that people understand shot time and release. It does not change like how do I say it? It doesn't change like the base of your jump shot at all. All it changes is the release. So pretty much when you're looking at your release, how fast your wrist is flicking, that's all shot time and release is. Has nothing to do else with anything else. It can also affect how long you have to hold the X button as well, but that's because how long the wrist on your jump shot is taking them like flick. So yeah, I want to make sure that's known. So I would recommend you go with a little bit longer if you're actually looking at that wrist a lot. But if you want to be a little bit more competitive, I would say very early. But it's going to be a little bit tougher the time, and your green window is going to be a little bit smaller. So the longer it is, you have a bigger green window. The faster it is, the smaller green window, but it's a little bit more because I guess it's a little bit tougher to contest. But yeah, that's just what I would say. And then when it comes to the attributes on the jump shot, sometimes that can be capped, sometimes that is true. I made a video going over that, but yeah, that's simple. All right, so when it comes to the jump shots, I'm not gonna do it based off importance. I'm not gonna be doing it based off anything but pretty much positional awareness. So we're gonna do the guards first, which I would say is 6'4" and under. Anything under 6'5". Then we're gonna do the swings or the wings. That's gonna be 6'5" to 6'9". That's probably like the most popular builds. Then we're gonna do the bigs. Now, when it comes to these jump shots, depending on your height, you more likely gonna be pretty much more of a guard if you're a guard. If you're in the swings, you can be a little bit more versatile, so I may you some spot ups and stuff like that for that. But for guards, it's either gonna be like the best jump shots and the most underrated. So yeah, so for the guards, in my opinion, as of right now, I would say the best jump shot in the game still to this day. And in totality, if I'm saying there's a #1 jump shot in the entire game, I would say it's Steph Curry. It's about time. I think 2K20 was the last 2K that had Steph Curry as the best jump shot, but even still, it was a lot of competition. I think the jump shot 38s of the world, the 98s of the world, they were definitely up there with it. So yeah, but I do think Steph Curry this year is the best jump shot in the game. I do think there is competition for it because yeah, you can't use it at all these other different positions, but if you can actually get this jump shot, I do think it's the best jump shot in the game. So yeah, that's the base I would say recommend mainly. Now next is going to be LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is the most popular. I'm not really a big LaMelo Ball guy, but it's a reason why people use it. Whether you're 6'5" to 6'9" or a guard, it's really, really popular. You can use it as a guard, you can use it as a spot up, you can use it as a sharp, you can use it as a lot of different things. And I do think pure sharps are going to be very, very popular in this game, especially with the recent nerf to steals. So yeah, just that simple. Now, my favorite jump shot in the game, because a lot of my builds don't even be able to get this. The only reason I'm able to get Curry on this jump build is because of the fact I'm on my sharp build. And I only made this for a video, and this was a long time ago. But yeah, this is the Kevin Porter Jr. I think this is the best jump shot in the game for the 6'5" to 6'9". I think this is like the Kuzma to 6, or not the 6'5" to 6'9", but for the guards. I think this is like the Kuzma, because Kuzma you get on 6'5" to 6'9". I think it's like the Kuzma for the smaller guard build. So yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. Now, there are some other jump shots you could definitely go with for these smaller guard builds that you don't have to go with the Kevin Porters, the Stephen Curry, the LaMelo Ball. So let's go over that real quick. So you got the jump shots like Cole Anthony that I would heavily recommend as one of the more underrated jump shots in the game. You can call that spot up, you can call that underrated. I would say Trae Young, Dwayne Wade. But honestly, in that Trae Young vein, if you pretty much can think of any like player in the NBA that can shoot, like a dynamic shooter, a dynamic scorer that's a guard, Trae Young, Damian Lillard, Kyrie Irving, Darius Garland, pretty much any of that vein, they're pretty much gonna have a really good base in this game. Now, we're gonna go back to Curry because I do think Curry is the overall best jump shot. I just think Kevin Porter Jr. is the best bang for your buck because it takes a lot less. A lot of people like LaMelo, but it just kind of is what it is. It's just not for me. Now, let's go over the releases. Now, me personally, releases, my favorite one, hands down, in the entire game is Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson, in my opinion, is the best release in the game. Now, what you could do, a lot of people do, they just double up on Oscar Robertson. I like mixing mine up, but if you want to have the best stats possible, go ahead and put on Oscar Robertson. That's what I would say. So, yeah, Oscar Robertson is what I would say. But if you don't want to do that, I like doing secondary release. If you want to do it as your first release to change it up, you can do that. A lot of people like using Oscar Robertson as their secondary release, though. I like putting it as my first release. Now, if I'm putting something with Oscar Robertson, I'm going to probably go with Stephen Curry if I'm on a guard build, or I'm going to go with Matt Thomas. Matt Thomas is another really good release to just kind of mix it up a little bit. Now, when it comes to going about this, you just want to blend it. Now, if I'm on a guard build, I'm most likely going 85-15, or I'm going 75-25, whichever one I think blends the most. Now, I also have other blends I do. I do 60-40. I do 50-50. But yeah. Now, if I was doing the Stephen Curry base, I'm using Stephen Curry, Oscar with Stephen Curry. But since we do have Matt Thomas, out of all these blendings, I do think Matt Thomas is more of a 60-40, 50-50. So you do have to kind of look at it and see for yourself, play with it a little bit and see for yourself. It's just that simple. But yeah, that's pretty much what I would use if I was on a guard build. So I was checking my analytics. Even with 100K, we still have 80% of you guys not subscribed. I don't know what else I got to do. Now, if you guys want to get more in touch with me, you can join the Discord. But how you watching my videos and not subscribe? Subscribe! It's that simple. Alright, so next is going to be what I believe is like the best builds, most popular builds, the 6'5" to 6'9". Now, my opinion, we're going to go based off what I like the most, but also we're going to give y'all pretty much the top 3. And then give y'all like spot ups, underrated ones and stuff like that. So first one, my favorite one, and what I actually truly do believe is the best one overall in the game for the 6'5" to 6'9" is Kyle Kuzma. Now personally, if I had to rank them in order, I would say Stephen Curry is the best one overall. Then I would say Kyle Kuzma. I do think Kyle Kuzma is that good. The only thing I say about Kyle Kuzma, I don't really like Kyle Kuzma if I'm going from a 6'9" to like a build under it. But if I'm just used to it, even on a build under it, then I like it. But like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. If I mainly play on a 6'9" and then I try to go to a 6'7", I gotta get used to it on that smaller build, if that makes sense. But yeah, I like Kyle Kuzma as my favorite one. That's one I think is the best one in the game. But again, popularity wise, no matter if you are a small guard or a 6'5" to 6'9", the most popular one is LaMelo Ball. If I do a poll, LaMelo Ball or Curry's gonna win, and LaMelo Ball is either gonna lopsidedly win or it's gonna be very close if Steph Curry wins. It's that simple. But yeah, I would say LaMelo Ball is the most popular jump shot in the game. Me personally, I'm not a really big LaMelo guy. I'm not a really big Brissett guy either though, and that's another really popular one. But one that I really want to recommend to y'all boys, if y'all not really messing with Kuzma personally, because like I just said, I've been using Kuzma on pretty much a large variety of my builds lately, but ever since the beginning of Season 3, I feel like when I use my lower 3-point rating builds, or not my lower 3-point rating builds, but my shorter builds, it feel like ever since the beginning of that last season, it feel like my timing changed a little bit more. So what I started to use was Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince, in my opinion, is one of the best jump shots in the entire game. And I've been saying this since Season 1, and I went back to it midway Season 3, and I haven't really, like on my 6-7, this is like the main jump shot I use. So the ones I personally recommend is definitely Kuzma, Taurean Prince, but definitely another one for popularity wise is definitely LaMelo Ball. Now, when it comes to the other jump shots you can definitely use that are just underrated or for spot ups, I think Caldwell Pope or Bielitsa is the best ones in the game totality for spot ups. Stephen Curry is definitely up there too, but for 6'5" to 6'9", Caldwell Pope, Bielitsa. Now, some other underrated ones is Kobe, Vince Carter, Ray Allen. But I also could say like a Larry Bird. I also could say like a Kevin Durant, but those are a little bit too slow. I think Ray Allen's a little bit too slow. I think Kobe Bryant's a little bit too slow. I think Vince Carter is just right. I think Ray Allen will be the next closest to being just right. Some people even be coming in on my videos talking about Jimmy Butler. Some people be coming in on my videos talking about Tobias Harris, but I just can't really get behind that, bro. I'm gonna just be honest. Now, let's go ahead and talk about these releases. Now, again, the best release in the game, in my opinion, I don't know why I tried to do that, but yeah, best one in the game is definitely Oscar Robinson. It's not really close in my opinion. Now, when it comes to release twos, I'm gonna be honest, you got a pretty better variety of release twos on these 6'5" to 6'9", because you can go Larry Bird. I think Scottie Pippen is one of the better releases in this game. I don't really use it like that no more, but you can get some pretty decent stats with Scottie Pippen too. But I think Larry Bird, Jason Tatum, and Klay Thompson is the only three that you really should be using. The one I use the most right now is definitely Klay Thompson. I maxed this out. I blended more towards Oscar. You're either gonna go 85, 75, 60, or 50-50. You're not doing anything else with these jump shots or releases that I'm giving you guys, and you're gonna go max speed every single time. So yeah, it's kind of really much just that simple. But yeah, those are the jump shots I would personally recommend. Another popular one, I guess, for the underrated jump shots would definitely be Brissett. But yeah, just like I said with the LaMelo, I'm not really a big Brissett guy. It's just that simple. All right, next is gonna be the big man. Now, for the big man, in my opinion, it's nowhere near as complicated as the other two. Y'all pretty much don't get nearly as many jump shots or bases. Y'all don't get nearly as many releases. And even like when it comes to the speeds, y'all don't get as many speeds. If you don't know this, guards get the most, wings get the right there in the middle, bigs get the least. It's that simple. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into it. So for the bigs, in my opinion, the best jump shots in the game is Bielisa or Brissett. Some people do also use Chris Bosh. Most of the people that are using Chris Bosh, by the way, are some of the most consistent bigs I see. But the one I would definitely recommend is Bielisa. That's just what I would say. It's just that simple. Now, for the people that's not trying to use Bielisa, I guess you can also go with Giannis. A jump shot that I always say is kind of underrated every single year is David Robinson. I've seen a lot of people in the comments start talking about that, but yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, David Robinson. Shout out to the people in the comments that reminded me about that. So yeah, David Robinson. It's another good one you can also use. If you also want something that's really like smooth, just like David Robinson, I would say you can go with something that's a little bit faster and go with Paolo, but it's not gonna be as smooth. You also go with the Jabari Smith boy, that's like a rookie too, that played for the Rockets. Not him. Yeah, Jabari Smith. He gonna have a little bit smooth one, but it's not gonna be as smooth as David Robinson. So I would definitely recommend Bielisa as my favorite one. If you want some underrated, David Robinson. But yeah, Giannis, Chris Bosh, Brissett probably like the most popular one for bigs. It's that simple. Now we're gonna do the test for, or the releases for, I guess, David Robinson. Now, when it comes to the releases, I think the best releases in the game, if you want something that's gonna speed it up like Oscar, by no means am I saying this is the best one, but this is just something to speed it up like Oscar does for all the other jump shots, Kelly Olynyk. But if you just want the best releases, and have a really good release too, to speed it up as well, I would say the best ones is Tim Duncan, Kevin Love, and Dirk Nowitzki. Now, if you're going with those three, I would say you're doing it like this, where you go either Duncan or Kevin Love first release, and then secondary release, you're going to go with Nowitzki. Now, if you're going with the Olynyk, you're going to use Olynyk and go with Tim Duncan, Kevin Love, or Nowitzki as the second release. But if you're going with this, you're just going to go like this. It's kind of just that simple. So you're going to blend it towards, you would blend it towards Dirk Nowitzki. You're not going to blend it towards Tim Duncan, but yeah, it just really is what it is. Me personally, when I make my big man jump shots, I don't really go past 60 though. I go 60-40, 50-50, or the other way 60-40. It's just that simple. We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. I did a stream recently and I was doing something for a video, but less on that, more on this. Everybody in my chat was pretty much saying that 2K dropped the patch, and it's supposedly people now, it's harder to get greens strictly for people that's like lower than 85 3-point rating. And apparently Mike Wayne even addressed it. Only thing I seen that Mike Wayne was going to address, quote unquote, was the white supposedly going in. Now, if you played 2K in previous years, whenever 2K would drop a patch on something, it will fuck up something else every single time. It doesn't matter if it was just a patch this small minute thing, it would always mess up so many other things. That's why a lot of people be like, don't do this, don't even touch the game, just let the game be left alone to what it is. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened, but for it to happen a week and a couple of days after the patch dropped is kind of odd. Now, since the patch dropped last week, even before the season came out, I've definitely been seeing a lot more whites going in. It seemed like you, instead of seeing like maybe one white a day, you see multiple, especially even in the park. You would really never really ever see whites really go in. In the rec you would, maybe occasionally, like once a day like I was saying, but like in the game modes that's pretty much like Hall of Fame difficulty, it just wasn't really regular. But yeah, apparently 2K did a couple changes. They also supposedly just recently did a change yesterday, or the day I'm recording this, doing like for paint defense to buff paint defense, I guess for like close shots, do a close shot nerf. I don't really see that as like you shouldn't really see a change on anything but my team. I think my team got that buff really because I heard my team has really been a crazy paint match session. I don't really think that's a my career thing. So personally, I haven't seen any difference. I've been talking about hands up defense in this game since pretty much the first week. I think hands up defense is really good. I have a 6'9" build with pretty much not that high of like interior defense, like a 76. And I played hands up defense the whole year, and I've been fighting for that the whole year. So I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty good. It's just really based off positioning and stuff like that. But they dropped a patch for it, or a buff, just recently. So yeah, that just kind of is what it is. But less on that. Just wanted to go over that because a lot of when I did that stream, a lot of people was talking about 2K did this, 2K did that. And I'm not really a person that goes and sees, you know, I'm not really a person, unless it's like an actual thing I downloaded or 2K drop patch notes on it. I don't really be one of the people that believe stuff like that majority of the time. That's just me. Now, a lot of people in the 2K community have seen that. If you want to see some more research on that, you can look up a lot of videos on that. But less on that, more on the video. Today, we're going to be giving y'all pretty much the best jump shots in NBA 2K23. And we're going to go over everything for the releases, the blendings, all that. So yeah, but yeah, it pretty much just is that simple for these jump shots. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for this video. I didn't really mean this video to be this long, but it was a lot to go over patch wise, and I gotta go over like the shot timing every single time. So yeah, if you guys want more though, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. I'm trying to keep y'all boys updated with everything to make sure that y'all boys have the easiest way to shoot. Also, only the select few gonna be able to see this at the end of the video. So if you do have a jump shot or build that has like a lower 3-point rating, I'll say something for pretty much every single build. I would say Markelle Fultz or John Wall. If you're 6'5" to 6'9", you're gonna use default swing. If you're 6'10" and up, which is pretty much big, you're gonna use Giannis' little brother, the Nasus, and that's pretty much just what it is. But yeah, like I said, that's gonna be pretty much the end of this video. Hopefully y'all took something out of this video, whether you're a guard, a wing, or a big. But yeah, that's gonna be it. If you guys want more, like the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, share the video to anybody you think will help. Without further ado, YaboiFitz, out there, man.
I came in violent, I did painted and hot in my pocket. Got a bad bitch outside, she tryna drive people. Got an F in my mouth.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!